You know that one person whose birthday shows up on your calendar and they act like it's a software update they didn't ask for? You text them, "Happy birthday," expecting at least a little sparkle. And they reply, "Thanks." Period. No exclamation point, no plans, just thanks. Like you complimented their Wi Fi, which honestly would excite some people more. And when you ask, "So what are you doing?" they hit you with, "Nothing. It's just a day." Just a day. Meanwhile, the rest of the world treats birthdays like a personal holiday. Cakes, photos, emotional speeches like grateful for another trip around the sun. And this person is eating a sandwich in silence like it's Tuesday, because it is Tuesday. Maybe it's you and maybe someone you know. But if you treat your birthday like a normal day, it's not always because you don't care. There's usually a psychology behind it. Sometimes calm, sometimes protective, sometimes quietly complicated. So in this video, we're going to unpack the different types of people who downplay their birthday, what they're actually avoiding or valuing, and what their brain is doing when everyone else is shouting, "Celebrate!" and they're like, "Please don't." Let's start. Type 1, the low ceremony person. Picture someone waking up on their birthday and doing the exact same routine. Same coffee, same commute, same work, no balloons, no big dinner. If someone brings it up, they smile politely and pivot back to whatever they were doing. This type isn't cold, they're consistent. Their brain doesn't assign extra meaning to symbolic dates. They can feel grateful, reflective, even happy, but they don't need a ritual to validate it. Some people are just less event-driven. They don't get emotional fuel from milestones. They get it from steady life quality. Their idea of a good life isn't big peaks, it's fewer lows. And sometimes they've learned expectations ruin enjoyment. When you build a day up, it can only do two things: meet the fantasy or disappoint you. So they keep birthdays small to protect the mood. For them, just a day isn't numbness, it's peace. And if you relate, ask yourself, do you downplay your birthday because it genuinely feels unnecessary? Or because you don't want the pressure of a perfect day? Same behavior, different engine. Type 2, the attention minimizer. You know this person because the moment the spotlight shifts toward them, they start backing away like a cat near a bathtub. They don't want a group singing at them. They don't want everyone watching them open a gift. They don't want to stand there with that "what do I do with my face" expression while 10 people stare lovingly. It's not that they don't want love, they just don't like being the scene. This type often has high self-monitoring. They're aware of how they look, how they're reacting, whether their reaction is good enough. And birthdays create forced reactions. You're expected to be surprised, expected to be delighted, expected to say the right thing, expected to perform gratitude. For someone who hates performance, a birthday can feel like a live audition for likable human. Even positive attention can feel intrusive because it's still attention. They're not avoiding love, they're avoiding the stage. If that's you, reflect. Do you avoid birthday celebration because you hate feeling seen, or because you hate being evaluated while you're being seen? Type 3, the independence protector. This is the person who treats birthdays normally because they don't want to need anything from anyone. They'll say, "Don't get me anything," and they mean it. They'll say, "No, really, don't make a big deal." And there's a quiet firmness behind it. Because needing people is vulnerable. Wanting effort is vulnerable. Hoping someone remembers is vulnerable. And birthdays are basically a social test disguised as a party. If you've ever had a birthday where you were forgotten, ignored, or let down, your brain doesn't forget. It learns a defensive move. If I pretend I don't care, nothing can hurt me. So this type keeps it normal as a control strategy. If you don't ask, you can't be disappointed. If you don't expect, you can't feel rejected. And here's the twist. A lot of these people actually do care. They just don't trust the moment. Just a day is sometimes armor. If you relate, ask yourself gently, are you being low maintenance, or are you protecting yourself from hoping? Type 4. The time-conscious realist. This person doesn't treat birthdays like a celebration because birthdays trigger a different feeling, measurement. They wake up and think, another year. Not dramatically, more like quiet accounting. They might feel reflective, slightly heavy, even a little annoyed at the idea of pretending everything is cheerful. They're not ungrateful. They're aware. For some minds, birthdays highlight time passing, goals, change, aging, loss, responsibility. It's not sad. It's sober. Like looking at a calendar and realizing how fast the year moved. And in a world that says, be excited, be grateful, be fun, this type resists forcing a mood that doesn't match the inside. They often value emotional honesty over social script. They'd rather have a normal day that feels true than a celebration that feels performative. Their birthday isn't empty, it's a private checkpoint. Type 5, the caregiver. This person treats their birthday like a normal day because they're used to being the one who makes other people's days special. They plan, they host, they remember details. They're the emotional logistics department. And when their birthday arrives, they genuinely don't know how to receive. Receiving attention feels unfamiliar. Receiving care feels oddly uncomfortable, like wearing someone else's jacket, warm, but not yours. So they shrug off celebration because it's easier than sitting still and letting people show up for them. If you relate, you might notice you're amazing at making moments for others and awkward when moments are made for you. That's not a personality flaw, that's a habit of self-erasure. They don't downplay the day, they downplay themselves. Now zoom out. Treating your birthday like a normal day isn't one thing. It can be calm simplicity, it can be discomfort with attention, it can be emotional self-protection, it can be realism, it can be a learned habit of not taking up space. The behavior looks identical from the outside. The inner reason can be completely different. So here's a useful question. When someone tries to celebrate you, what emotion shows up first? If it's peace, you're probably low ceremony. If it's tension, you might be an attention minimizer. If it's fear of disappointment, you might be independence protecting. If it's heaviness, you might be time conscious. If it's awkward guilt, you might be a caregiver who struggles to receive. And none of these are wrong. But if your normal day birthday is coming from protection, if it's your way of avoiding hurt, then maybe the growth isn't throw a big party. Maybe the growth is smaller. Letting one safe person do one small thing for you without you swatting it away. Because being celebrated doesn't have to mean being on stage. It can mean a quiet meal, a thoughtful message, a moment where someone makes space for you. And if you're someone who loves celebrating others, this is your reminder. Don't force your style of love onto someone who receives differently. Some people want a party, some people want a text, some people want nothing except not being pressured to want something. So, which type fits you? Low ceremony, attention minimizer, independence protector, time-conscious realist, caregiver, or maybe you've been different types in different years. Some birthdays you want quiet, some birthdays you want warmth, some birthdays you want to disappear, very human. How does this land for you? When you say, it's just a day, do you mean it? Or are you quietly hoping someone proves you wrong in a gentle way? If you want, leave a comment with your honest birthday style in one line. On my birthday, I secretly want no judgment. The comments section becomes a surprisingly wholesome group therapy session sometimes. And if you like these calm, curiosity-led deep dives into everyday behavior, subscribe. Not because we're going to make a huge deal out of it, just a quiet little reminder that your inner life makes sense, even when the world expects you to celebrate differently.